Hello and welcome to the show. I'm really excited to have two actors with us today who really need no introduction, because when you see Jill Marie Jones and Carl Anthony Payne, you can't help but smile. Both always had that thing that brings your favorite characters to life. With Jill, you either loved or had a mean side eye for the strong and sassy Tony Childs on Girlfriends. And since then, the NAACP Image Award-winning actress starred in projects like Drool, Sleepy Hollow, and The Chi. And now she's starring in a stage play with a fella you know well, Carl Payne. He turned Cole Brown, Cosby's Cockroach, and Curtis on the George Lopez Show into the best friends we all wanted in our lives. And let's not forget Uncle Miles on Nick's Young Dylan. But today he is here as the director and one of the stars of the stage play, Games Women Play. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was so lovely.
That was way better than the Steve Harvey entrance. Because you know Steve tried to just hype it with the voice.
Don't do that! Don't do that!
You've seen her. Oh no, but you gave it to us. Like,
listen, I
love that. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
It.
That was more heartfelt.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And your roles in our society deserve to be celebrated as such. We got to start with the nostalgia, but I want to get to what you're doing now as well. Let's talk about these roles and what it is like to create a character, right? It's written for you, but you still have to make it work and make it last.
Right.
The art of that for both of you.
I mean, are we going back to Girlfriends days? Yes. Okay. So for me, it was like really crazy, and I'm going to try to like not be too long-winded, but I kind of, like when I got Girlfriends, or when I auditioned for the producer session, I walked in, I saw every beautiful black actress that I've seen on TV and film. I audibly laughed out loud because I'm like, oh, I'm not getting this. But my goal that day was for them to like me so much they call me back for a guest star. That's the truth.
Wow, that's so honest. Thank you for that. Because some folks walk in like, here's why I'm here, and not everyone admits when they're like, oh my gosh, do I belong here?
No one knew me in town, and I'm seeing all these heavy hitters, and I'm just like, oh, I'm not going to book this. And so when I went in and read for the first time, and I know these stories because Mara Brock-Akil was kind, and also to our writers and producers, whatever, we shared stories over the years.
Yeah.
It's like, they were like, oh, they didn't say anything like after my audition, and then I went back, and then they said, Jill, don't leave. And I'm like, oh, okay, or whatever. And I'm so green. I'm so fresh and new.
Yeah.
I don't know what this means.
Right.
And everything. And so they wanted me to go back and do it again because they thought it was a fluke, maybe. Because, like, how did she get this
can she
girl?
pull this off again? Yeah.
Well, no, because they had been searching for Tony for a long time. And I come in, I have nothing really on my resume at that point. And they're like, well, how did she kill it like that?
Because you had that thing.
Well, I'm just saying, they were like, how does she? So that's why they wanted me to do it again to see if it was she just got lucky.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Can she
and so I go back,
deliver.
I do it again and everything, and really the rest is history. But shout out to Mara Brock-Akil.
Of course.
Shout out to Kelsey Grammer, that I don't think he gets his flowers as much as he should.
Yeah.
Because he definitely was very
he was
much
the driving
involved.
force in the mainstream, right?
Well, he
trying
was
to
the
have
one.
an ally in those spaces.
To my story, like that, what I've heard is that he had someone in his camp. He wanted to do a show about African American women, and so he's like, oh, I know this woman, Mara Brock-Akil. She has an amazing script.
Yeah.
But he already said there's like something that needs to be added in the space.
Yeah.
And so I don't think he gets the praise that he gets.
And that's so kind
as
of
well.
you. That is so kind of you to mention that, to mention him as well in this space, because allies always make a difference.
And let's be very
in Hollywood.
clear. And let's be very clear. We moved faster because he was Frasier, and it moved faster.
Understood.
You know what I mean? Like how it could be slower, because you know how it is.
And I want to bring you into this conversation too, because you have done this in so many different crafted and curated roles. For you, what was that process like? In terms of, you're never trying to be the scene stealer, but your character is always the scene stealer.
Oh my gosh, for sure.
I think, well, let me just address that part first.
In a good way, in a good way.
But here's where it comes from, I guess. It's like when if you're giving if you're given like a little bit to work with, right? For example, like if you're not, and maybe I look at like, I hate to compare like a Kramer or whatever, but sometimes in the script I wasn't heavy in a lot of the scripts, right? Whether it was Cosby or Martin. And so when that happens, you focus everything on that one moment.
Yeah.
You put all your energy into making sure
I'm going to make this
that
moment.
this moment is a moment because it's the only one. And then when that happens, but in an honest way, right? Like, and so you're like, okay, if I do it like, there's one thing to go, if I do it like this, or if I do it like this, or you really start going internal and you're going, no, wait.
So it sounds like that really became your specialty. Like if I'm not going to have a whole bunch of lines, the lines that I have are going to be the ones that make everyone.
Yes. And I learned that actually in high school. When we were studying Shakespeare and all these other, all these different moments where it's like, the first rule was what there are no small roles. I mean, only small actors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when you hear that and I had to go back to that training is what I'm saying, right? And I had to focus on, okay, let me just be as honest and true about whatever this moment is. And then it'll be what it'll be.
Yeah, clearly. Because I have to imagine people still come up to you and say, oh, I remember. And that, I imagine that is good? That feels good?
It's great for me because, as an artist, you have good years and maybe not so good years. I mean, because this is this business, as we all know. And there have been people that have been rocking with me from I was a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, very proud.
Yes.
Dallas Cowboys, I bleed blue. I have stars.
Are you still, you still rocking with the Cowboys? That's loyal, I love it. I love it. That is
I mean, that's like, I'm born and raised in Dallas, Texas. So I'm just saying, I have people that have been rocking with me for years.
Yeah. And you both have.
And
people
it means
stick
something.
with you. People
means
stick
something.
with you. And it's because it's how you made us feel, right?
It's a blessing.
We're going to take a pause right here, but up next, Jill and Carl dish about modern dating. Not necessarily in their own personal lives, but it's the inspiration behind their new stage play, Games Women Play. And we're going to talk about why it's Games Women Play, but we're going to talk about all of it. The conversation continues right after the break. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I really want to thank you for season 3 of Portia. It's because of loyal viewers like you that we keep getting to share this daily dose of positivity all across the country. So just a reminder, I still need you to like, comment, and subscribe. And go ahead and tell your friends. You can catch us now in Orlando, in San Francisco, in Atlanta, and all across the country on Fox Soul. Tell your friends. We'll see you soon on Portia.